Okay, you're going to do something obviously different today. You're going to watch a video of me going over the problems in your packets that you have as if I were doing it on the overhead. But the nice thing is here, if you don't get something, you can pause it, rewind it, or stop the video until you get it wrote down. Okay? A lot of people are like, well, I don't like it because that's just because you don't like change. You need to give it a chance. And I find that in my Algebra 1, Algebra 2 classes, the kids learn much better this way than with me in front of the room. So if you're a person who has a hard time paying attention, or if you think I go too fast, right up your alley. You can pause the video, rewind it. The packets need to be completed. They are assigned. And this assignment here is our first one we're going to do. Now, when you get to a point in the video, you're like, I know exactly what I'm doing. You can go work ahead. You don't need to do all the examples. Okay, you can go to the numbered problems. Okay, so it says calculate the X and Y-intercepts, and you see this equation 4x minus 6y equals negative 24. So here's how you calculate the X and Y-intercepts. First off, if you see a minus in front of that number right there, make it plus negative. So plus, and then that's a negative 6. Okay, it makes that a lot easier. So to calculate X, Y-intercept, you make a table. And just like yesterday, you put 0 and 0. But now we got to find what the numbers are. Here's what you don't do. You don't just put 4 and negative 6. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. What you're going to do is copy that equation down twice. Okay? It's really easy. You just, over here, you write 4x plus negative 6y equals negative 24. And then do it again. So you're just taking that, copying it down. Now, when I pull out colored pieces of paper, that means you just watch. Okay, don't write it down. Now let's find this y. Now, if x is 0, remember you don't have to write this. I could parenthesize x and put a 0 in. And what's 4 times 0? Well, that's just 0. Okay, so if x is 0, we can cross that out, the x and and its multiplier. Just get it out. And then what you can do then with your negative 6y is dot it, circle it, and then just divide. Divide both sides by negative 6. Okay, and negative 24 divided by negative 6 is 4. So put a 4 in. Now, here y is 0. 0 is a y. So, if I were to take that 0, since it's under y, and put it in for y, put a 0 over the y, what's 6 times 0? 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So that would just go away. Okay? So again, when y is 0, we can go ahead and scribble out the 6y. Then dot your x, circle it, and all you need to do is divide. Cancel that. Then I take negative 24 divided by 4, and that's negative 6. Okay, and this is the answer. Okay, my next one. 3x minus y equals negative 9. So you have a minus there, so make it plus negative and put a 1 in front of the y because I want a multiplier on each letter when I'm doing this. Okay, if the letter doesn't have a number in front, you're going to put a 1. Okay, so I set up my table. And don't be lazy. Again, if you refuse to write the equation twice, that's nothing I can do to help you. That's just laziness. Okay, I'm not going to fight you on it, but just know why you don't know what you're doing. So take this equation, write it twice. 3x plus negative 1y equals negative 9. And then a second time. Okay, so x is 0. We can get rid of 3x. Okay, and then dot your y and circle it, and then we can just divide by -1. Those cancel, and I take -9 divided by -1. That's +9. Now here are the zeros under y, so I'm going to scribble out the y. Put a dot in front of your x, circle it, and then just divide. And then -9 divided by 3 is -3. Okay, 2x plus 8y equals 24. Take that equation and write it twice. 2x plus 8y equals 24. X is 0, so we need to scribble out the x. Put a dot on the 8, circle it, and I just need to divide. (24) divided by 8 is 3. Okay, now in my next problem, 0 is under the y. So if y is 0, we get rid of the y along with its multiplier of 8. So I dot the 2x, circle it, and divide by 2. And 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay, 5x minus 2y equals -10 plus negative. And then write that equation. 5x plus -2y equals -10. And again. Whoops, sorry, I forgot to make the table. So if x is 0, get rid of 5x, dot your y, circle it, and divide. -10 divided by -2 is +5. Okay, now here y is 0, so I dot the y, circle it. Or no, if y is 0, you get rid of the y, sorry about that. And then I dot the 5x, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 5. Sorry. -10 divided by 5 is -2. Again, you can't just look and know what it is. You got to kind of... Okay, 5x minus y equals -20. So that y needs a number in front, so put a 1 and make that plus negative. If you see that minus right there, make it plus negative. Okay, it's going to help you a lot. So take that equation and just copy it down. 5x plus -1y equals -20. And again. X is 0. And then dot your y, circle it, and just divide both sides by your -1. -20 divided by -1 is +20. Now y is 0, so you can get rid of your y. Dot your 5x, circle it, divide by 5, divide by 5, -20 divided by 5 is -4. Again, 5x minus 4x minus 5y equals -40, so plus negative. Copy that down twice, so 4x plus -5y equals -40. And again, 4x plus -5y equals -40. So if x is 0, get rid of him. Dot your negative 5y, and then divide by negative 5. Negative 40 divided by negative 5 is 8. If y is 0, scribble him out. Dot it. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Circle it, I guess. Negative 40 divided by 4 is negative 10. Really, the only math I have to do is the dividing. Negative x doesn't have a number, put a 1. Y doesn't have a number, put a 1. Make that plus negative. Okay? So what equation am I going to write? That's negative 1x plus negative 1y equals negative 7. And again. So x is 0. Get rid of that. Dot your y. Circle it. And then you just need to divide by negative 1. Negative 7 divided by negative 1 is 7. Okay, y is 0. So scribble that out. Then dot that. Then divide by negative 1 by negative 1. Negative 7 divided by negative 1 is 7. So they ended up the same. That's okay. Okay. 10x minus 1y, but that minus is plus negative, equals negative 30. So I write that down twice. So 10x plus negative 1y equals negative 30. Write it again. 10x plus negative 1y, negative 30. So if x is 0, again, it's like you're putting a 0 over the x and taking it times 10, but that's just 0. Dot it, circle it. Negative 30 divided by negative 1 is 30. Okay, if y is 0, we can get rid of 1y. Dot it, circle it. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. Negative 30 divided by 10 is negative 3. Okay. Now pause the video and do the problems. Pause it. When I say pause it, pause it. Okay, now in this other packet, I want you to go and just mark the the odd problem. So you're going to do number 1. I don't need you to do number 2. Cross it off. I need you to do number 3. Don't need 4. Cross it off. Need you to do number 5. Don't need 6. Cross it off. Need you to do number 7. Cross off number 8. Just the odds. Okay, as soon as you know what you're doing, you can go work on those problems. Okay, now, why do you need to know what we just did? Well, here's why. Again, colored paper, don't write. Yesterday, you were graphing equations with slope and y-intercept. So you got the slope and the y-intercept. So 4 is your slope, and 1 is the y-intercept. So on a like graph, 1's positive, so from here I go up 1, and that's up because it's positive, and then always to the right, never to the left. And then you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. Okay. But this way only works if the y is by itself. Okay, that's the only way it works, is if you have one side of the equals with just a y. Well, in these problems here, I don't have just a y here. There's crap with the y. So the best way to do it is by finding the x and y-intercept. So x-int, y-int. So you make your table, put the zeros, make that plus negative, and write it down twice. So 5x plus negative 4y equals negative 20. 5x plus negative 4y equals negative 20. It's harder than the slope y-intercept. So if x is 0, get rid of your x. Dot that. Circle it. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Negative 20 divided by negative 4 is positive 5. Now where y is 0, we can get rid of that. Dot it. Circle it. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. Now, x, that's side to side. That's stay. That's negative, so that goes left. That's positive, so y is up or down. That goes up, and that means stay. So 0, 5, I stay and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 4, 0, I go left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stay. Okay. There I have it. Next one. Get that minus into a negative, plus negative. So 0, 0. Now write 6x plus negative 4y equals negative 12. Just take that and copy it. It's not that hard. 6x plus negative 4y equals negative 12. 6x plus negative 4y equals negative 12. So if x is 0, get rid of that. Dot the y variable, circle it. Divide by negative 4. Negative 12 divided by negative 4 is 3. Now, if y is 0, you may scribble out the y. Then I find the x by dotting it, circling it, dividing by 6. Negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2. Okay, so on the x, that means stay. And that's negative, so it goes left. Y is up or down. That's positive, so up. That's 0, so stay. So 0, 3. Go up 1, 2, 3. Negative 2, 0. I go left 2 and stay. Okay, not too hard. 3x minus y, put a 1 there and make it plus negative. So 3x plus negative 1y equals negative 6. Write it down twice. 3x plus negative 1y equals negative 6. 3x plus negative 1y equals negative 6. So if the x is 0, you cross it out. Dot your y, circle it, and divide. Negative 6 divided by negative 1 is 6. And if y is 0, we scribble out the y. Dot it, circle it, and divide by the 3. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. Okay, so again, stay and to the left, up and stay. So stay and go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go left 2 and stay. $5x plus 6y equals negative 30. Write it down twice. 5x plus 6y equals negative 30. 5x plus 6y equals negative 30. X is 0. Get rid of it. Dot your y. Circle it. And divide by 6. Negative 30 divided by 6 is negative 5. And then if y is 0, get rid of that. Dot it. Circle it. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Negative 30 divided by 5 is negative 6. Okay, so stay, and again that's negative, so we go to the left, and then that would be down because it's negative, and stay. The X is horizontal this way, Y is vertical up and down. So 0 and negative 5, I stay, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 6, 0, I go left 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and stay. (4x minus 2y equals negative 8). Okay, make that plus negative. And copy that bad boy down. 4x plus negative 2y equals negative 8. X is 0, get rid of it. Y is 0, get rid of that. So dot him, circle, divide by negative 2. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 is 4. So if x is 0, y is 4. Dot your x, divide, divide. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. So stay, and that's negative, so left. That's up, and that's 0, so stay. So stay and go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Go left 2 and stay. Okay. (6x) minus, make that plus negative, and we start rocking and rolling. So 6x plus negative 8y equals negative 24. 6x plus negative 8y equals negative 24. X is 0, get rid of x. Dot your y, circle it. And then to find y, we divide by negative 8. Negative 24 divided by negative 8 is 3. Y is 0, so get rid of negative 8y. Dot your x, circle it, divide by 6, divide by 6, negative 24 divided by 6 is negative 4. So I stay and go to the left. I go up and stay. So 0, 3, stay, go up 1, 2, 3. And then go left 4 and stay. Okay, again, 2 points, one on the X, one on the Y. Okay, next one, 3x minus 9y equals negative 18, so plus negative. Three x plus negative 9y equals negative 18. 3x plus negative 9y equals negative 18. So if x is 0, get rid of it. Dot it, circle it. So I divide negative 18 by negative 9, that's 2. Y is 0, get rid of the y and the number in front of it. Okay, so divide by 3. Divide by 3. Negative 18 divided by 3 is negative 6. Okay, so stay. And that's negative, so we're going left. That's positive, so go up and stay. Remember, x is left, right, y is up and down. So stay, go up 1, 2. Then go left 6 and stay. Okay, we need numbers on those. 1 and 1, make it plus negative. So 0, 0. So 1x plus negative 1y equals negative 3. 1x plus negative 1y equals negative 3. So if x is 0, get rid of it, dot your y and circle it. Divide by negative 1. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is 3. Y is 0, get rid of it. Dot it. It's not really going to matter. You kind of know the answer if it's 1, because it's just still -3. Okay, that's stay. Left. Remember, left positive, right negative. That's up and stay. So stay. Go up 1, 2, 3. And then go left 3, 1, 2, 3, and stay. All right, guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative.